The Prime Minister's grand roadshow in Ghaziabad. Of course, the Prime Minister has been touring Western UP. He was in Saharanpur earlier today, and now he's holding that 800-meter long roadshow in Ghaziabad. Of course, extremely crucial for the BJP. It is a safe seat. But the BJP is focusing this time as much on the new catchment areas like states, like states like West Bengal, also the southern states of Telangana, Tamil Nadu, even Kerala, where the Prime Minister has campaigned extensively. But these are the safe seats for the BJP, whether it is seats like Ghaziabad or other Western UP seats, including Mathura, Meerut, even Saharanpur for that matter, where the Prime Minister was, are all safe seats for the BJP. And this particular roadshow is interesting because roadshows, as I said earlier as well, have become a recurring feature of the Prime Minister's campaigns in all states, particularly in the Hindi heartland states. And what is on display currently here is also a key political plank of the BJP, which is the double-engine Sarkar plank. And that seems to be working, at least till now, for the BJP in the Hindi heartland states, whether it is Madhya Pradesh, or Uttar Pradesh, of course, in states like Gujarat, where this has been projected in a big way, how the double-engine Sarkar plank is working. Even in northeastern states like Assam, this does seem to be working for the BJP. Remains to be seen, however, how much of this messaging, whether it is brand Modi or the messaging around the Ram Mandir, the Ram Mandir flavor which we saw here in the Ghaziabad roadshow as well, how much does this actually resonate with voters in urban constituencies? Because remember, Ghaziabad is an urban constituency, it's a commercial town, there are various commercial establishments, along this 800-meter long route that the Prime Minister is holding his roadshow at. So how much of these messages actually resonate with the voters, with urban voters there, that remains to be seen. In fact, this entire route that the Prime Minister is traversing is an extremely a commercial route with commercial establishments all along. Vasudha Venugopal is now joining us live. So Vasudha, it's a commercial town, as I said, Ghaziabad, but also interesting how General VK Singh dropped out of the race. He hung up his boots and the BJP fielded its MLA Atul Garg from Ghaziabad. So that was interesting as well.
Absolutely, Vedant. And while we know that it's a bustling town with a huge population of traders, Ghaziabad traditionally has also been.
So we seem to have lost that line with Vasudha. Of course, something that all of us as reporters face when you have a lot of jammers in place as well. We'll try and reconnect that line with Vasudha. But of course, as Vasudha was pointing out, that this is, the villages of Ghaziabad have traditionally been voting for the BJP. But this was a part of the BJP strategy as well when it announced its campaign that it's going to focus as much on the new catchment areas as on safer seats for the BJP. Now, these are traditionally BJP bastions, whether it is Ghaziabad or other Western UP seats. These are all seats that have seen the BJP returning to power despite anti-incumbency. There's been 10 years of incumbency in these states, but the BJP has managed to buck that as well. So extremely interesting there. As I said earlier as well, that the Prime Minister has been on a whirlwind tour of Western UP, from Saharanpur to Ghaziabad. He was in Ajmer as well. And also interesting that this roadshow is being held on the BJP's Foundation Day, 6th of April, which is the BJP's Foundation Day as well. And Ghaziabad, as I said, is interesting because General VK Singh hung up his boots and the BJP fielded its sitting MLA. But Maria Shakil, a senior colleague, is joining us live on the phone line. So Maria, the BJP focusing as much on new catchment areas as on safer seats like Ghaziabad. Yes,
that's right. And here the BJP has fielded an MLA from Ghaziabad, Atul Garg, and he has been given the ticket replacing the two-time MP, General VK Singh. So, look, in 2019, the BJP had won Ghaziabad seat with a huge margin of over 5 lakh. It was, in fact, one of the biggest margins in the entire country. But the BJP this time around feels that there is a need to have that demographic balance in terms of the age of various candidates. That's the reason why a new face has been given a chance. But overall, when we were to look at the state of Uttar Pradesh, while the BJP is going all out in catchment areas, as you pointed out rightly, Vedant, particularly the southern India and the western part of India, it is leaving no stone unturned to ensure that its number, which was around 303 in 2019 elections, do not go down. That is the reason why you're seeing Prime Minister hold this roadshow. There are 8 seats which go to polls of Uttar Pradesh in the first phase on 19, which includes Nagina, Baghpat and other constituencies. The BJP did well in this belt in 2019, but overall, if you remember and were to make a comparison between 2014 and 2019, the overall BJP tally went down because of the alliance of the BSP and the Samajwadi Party. This time around in Uttar Pradesh, it's a triangular contest. The India bloc is essentially the Samajwadi Party and the Congress in alliance. The Samajwadi Party has repeatedly been changing its candidates, for the second phase of polls. So there is this concern that is there some kind of fear that there will be no vote transfer between the Congress and the Samajwadi Party. On the other hand, in the state of Uttar Pradesh, the BJP's big pitch certainly has been Ram Temple. The consecration ceremony of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya happened on 22nd of January. So, it is a realization of a dream is what the BJP has been talking about, that was one of the promises that has been made in the party's manifesto since 1980. 1980 was the year when the BJP was formed, and since then, in every manifesto of the party, in every election, we have seen the mention of Ram Temple in Ayodhya and also of abrogation of Article 370. If the first, and in this particular tenure, there has been realization of both the promises of the BJP, and that is the reason why we are seeing, multiple road shows, multiple campaigning in the form of, booth connect, which is being done by the Prime Minister himself. During the day, largely in the early hours, he is holding those video conferencing with the booth workers. Today was also the day when he actually responded to what he said to the Congress Party's manifesto. In 2 public meetings that he has held, he came out all guns blazing against the Congress manifesto, in which Mr. Modi said that the Congress manifesto looks like more like a Muslim League kind of a manifesto, and also moving away from the centrist politics that the Congress had done for so many years towards the leftist nature of politics.
Right, Marian. Also, you mentioned the Ram Mandir and how that has been a part of the BJP's manifesto. In fact, in this particular roadshow as well, you can see a lot of that Ram Mandir flavor. But whether it is Ghaziabad or Gautam Budh Nagar, all these constituencies that are going to polls in the first few phases, do you see these messages resonating with urban voters? Because Ghaziabad, of course, is a commercial town, commercial establishments all along this particular route where the Prime Minister is currently also. Do you see these messages resonating with urban voters?
It's rather interesting, Vedant, that be it the urban or the rural voters, when it comes to emotive issues, they respond more or less in the similar fashion. Whether Ghaziabad has seen infrastructure push or not, yes, it has. We have seen that, various arterial roads being built in Ghaziabad, and you have the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister, Yogi Adityanath, firmly standing with the Prime Minister as well. So we have seen that push, particularly in the NCR region, be it Noida, Greater Noida, and other constituencies, and also Ghaziabad, where the BJP says that, these are urban pockets, and if the urban pockets vote for the BJP, the rural will be voting on the lines of the ration and other welfare schemes. So, the concerns of voters may be different as far as their day-to-day requirements are, be it the infrastructure push or the welfareism, as we say, ration in the villages and shashan or law and order in the urban pockets. But when it comes to emotive issues, they respond more or less in the similar fashion. That's why the Ram Temple in Ayodhya is not something that the Prime Minister has been speaking about before the first phase, because he understands that it's nationalism which will perhaps have a greater resonance with the voters, because it's 39 seats in Tamil Nadu which go to polls on 19th. But overall, I think this issue of Ram Temple and what the BJP has done, keeping in mind its ideological commitment, will be something that we'll be seeing more and more when more seats of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar go to polls. So 120 seats in all, which we are looking at, 80 seats in UP, 40 seats in Bihar, which go to polls in bulk numbers only starting from 3rd fourth and the fifth and the sixth and the seventh phases. So, you know, it's just a small pocket of Western Uttar Pradesh where the issues are of the farmers' issue. The concerns are very different, which go to polls in this phase. And here it is the alliance which the BJP is hoping will have the perceptional push, particularly the alliance with RLD. Which has Ghaziabad, Baghpat and other Bijnor, all these constituencies have a high percentage of the Jat voters and the Jatavs as well. Interestingly, Mayawati's a political successor will be starting his campaign tomorrow, and there is a lot of anticipation as to what will he be saying in his first public rally. 2019 was a different election completely, but the BJP in Uttar Pradesh is hoping that it will be more of a repeat of 2014, when different pockets voted very, very differently, and there was no alliance of the Samajwadi Party and the BSP, which was pure arithmetic working for them, in which they won 15 seats. The BSP winning 10 seats of that big chunk, and the Samajwadi Party winning 5.